Welcome. What's going on?
Yo, what's good?
We are back today. Say like a champ. We're going to do our weekly picks real quick for NFL Week 2.
As promised.
We appreciate everybody rocking with us on an afternoon. Eric already in the chat. He said his picks are in. Just give him the prize now. Okay, we'll see what's up. We'll get it ready.
I know.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hit this intro real quick. But
get it popping.
Yeah.
Nah, let's get it.
Yo,
what's good, guys? Again, not so much. As always, guys, if you guys are going to be watching this video after the fact, after we go live, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff to the YouTube channel. As you know, we're trying to build that up, get some more watch time on these videos, and we enjoy doing these videos 6 times a week, man. We might have to make this more of a thing.
Standard thing,
yeah, this twice a week because these picks take a little while. So, you know what I mean? We can't have our regular show going 2.5 hours long, so we might have to make us a habit, you know what I mean? But most definitely, like I said, like, comment, please share too, all that fun stuff, man. We're trying to, trying to get noticed, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And for all of our people that are following along live, don't be afraid to throw your picks in the comments too as we go, pick the games along with us. And then also don't forget to get those picks in on our Yahoo Pick'em League to compete for a prize this week.
Yep.
But, we got a whole gang with us. We got a whole lot of going on. What's good, Pam?
What up?
I had to bring the crew out and do this properly. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get right into this. Week 2.
Y'all make your picks already on our You Pick'em League?
Yeah, I did. I went and put mine in on Yahoo just this afternoon. I think I got it squared away how I want, so we'll see.
I got mine in yesterday. I'm just letting y'all know I'm taking this week.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no.
We're going to find out right now. We'll see what's up. All right. So the first game starting off tonight in a couple hours here, like in an hour and a half or so, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. What y'all think? Should we just go down the line, Marcus? You want to start?
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals this week. I think they're going to get the Browns. They should have won last week too against Trevor Chargers, but what happened. So I think they're going to come out strong and they're going to win this game.
Agreed. I'm actually agreeing with Marcus. I think the Bengals are going to win it. I actually loved what Joe Burrow, did last week. He actually looked pretty decent in his first game as a pro. And I think the Browns are just a little too I think their chemistry's off, man. New coaching style, maybe. I don't know what it is, but they didn't look very good last week.
Myra, who you got?
I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to call the Bengals on this one. I think at this point, it's going to be a really good matchup because we have the number 1 pick with Joe Burrow against the former number 1 pick, Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield, as we joke around about these progressive commercials, is so in tune with more of these darn commercials. Like, his head is just not wrapped all the way around right now. I think the fact that he saw what Joe Burrow did in week 1 and is now coming up against them, I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals are going to make a statement already in Mayfield's head. I think in order for the Browns to pull this through, OBJ has to have a big game, Myles Garrett has to have a big game, and their kicker has to have a big game. I don't foresee that happening because the Browns are the Browns, unfortunately. So I'm going to call Joe Burrow and the Bengals on this.
Got you. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals as well. I do think this is going to be a really close game. I feel like if the Browns actually get the running game going, that will really help. Chubb should be more involved, but we'll see how this goes. It should be an interesting game, Battle of Ohio and all that. I am going to go with the Bengals and Burrow to get his first win. All right, let's move on to first Sunday morning game. we got the New York Giants at the Chicago Bears. Strizzy, you want to start us off?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this one was tough for me. It's kind of another coin flip. I'm going with the Bears on this one just because they're at home. No other real rhyme or reason, just because they're at home this week. Both teams are still kind of working along, and I kind of like the Bears' comeback last week. Don't think they should have came back, but it was impressive.
For me, I'm actually going to go with the Giants on this one. The Bears are actually predicted to win by a 5.5 spread in this game. But after last week's performance, the Bears to me were absolutely terrible, even before everybody got hurt for Detroit. So just keeping that in mind, I know they do have the home field advantage. I do think this is going to be a really close game, but I'm going to go with the Giants on this one.
Got you. I agree. I think it's going to be a close game, and I'm also going with the Giants. They went up against a really good Steelers defense last week, and they actually showed a little bit what they might be on offense. I feel like they might pull this one out. I'm not sure why, but again, like kind of Strizzy said, it's a toss-up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm telling y'all, Mitch is gonna do it this year, man. He started out slow, but he's a good guy.
They went 1-0
this year. Yeah, he ain't playing this year, so I'm going with Mitch.
All right, that's what's up. All right, next we have the Atlanta Falcons at America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, in the early morning slot. Myra, you want to kick us off?
Definitely. We know where I'm headed with this one. I'm definitely going with my heart on this one. I'm going to call the Cowboys. You could kind of call this like the game of the week, the Falcons versus the Cowboys, but overall, the Falcons look trash. After last week's game, I know they talked about how they didn't really prepare for the Seahawks, and I think that's terrible. Like, how do you come out and say you didn't plan for the Seahawks? You got Russell Wilson, you got Pete Carroll. Like, what kind of disrespect are you talking about? So for me, if I am the Cowboys, I'm taking that to my advantage. I'm going to go completely away from what we normally do on our tendencies and throw them for a damn loop because they're barely even planning to begin with. So I'm going to call the Cowboys on this one.
All right, I'm also going with the Cowboys, but I think this is going to be a tough game. I think Matt Ryan's finna throw for 500 yards easily on our secondary, and it might be a nail biter, but part of the reason why I'm going with the Cowboys, obviously I love them, I believe in them, but I also think they gotta get this win. Mike McCarthy can't afford to go 0-2 because he's going to be in hot water already. So I'm going with the Cowboys, and we got a couple people coming in, by the way, commenting too on that side. What's up?
What it do?
Marcus?
I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm sorry, I'm going with the Falcons because on my record to be good, So I know we Cowboy fans, but you gotta be realistic. This is a bad matchup for us, back-to-back games, because they're a passing team. Our secondary sucks. We don't get to the quarterback like we need to be, and you gotta remember they got Todd Gurley over there too. So he always play good against us. So I just gotta be realistic, and I think we're gonna go 0-2. Julio,
and
then we play the Seahawks next week. Ouch. Strizzy?
Yeah, I'm actually got to agree with Marcus on this one. I agree with you that they don't want to go 0-2, but I think with the new coaching staff and still trying to maybe figure things out, I think it's not so horrible if they go 0-2 right away. But I think after next week, whether they win or lose this week, they got to get things rolling or whatever. Just because that division is so open, in my opinion. But I'm definitely going to Falcons. I actually think that offensively they showed a lot last week. I think Gurley actually looked really good. He looked healthy. He looked fire. Then, like you said, A-Dub, the secondary is a problem right now. And one thing Matt Ryan is definitely known for, whether it's not throwing all that touchdown passes, he don't throw for 400 yards. You know what I'm saying? So, what's his face looked really, really good last week. Not Julio, but the other receiver,
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, dude. Calvin Ridley was a monster last week. I think he had 3 touchdowns, something like that. Like all Matt Ryan stuff.
We don't do good with those small receivers either. They always kill them.
So. I'm saying, so it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good one, but I think Falcons actually come out on top.
Are we home that game or no?
Yeah, you're home.
Yeah. Tickets are still available, and they said they're expecting about 25%.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see what it looks like. Next, we got the Detroit Lions traveling to the Green Bay Packers. And I think I'm up for this one. I'm going to go with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's a man on a mission. Their offense looked pretty good against a tough Vikings defense. And I thought the familiarity there would do more, but it seems like the Packers are trying to make a statement early. The Lions, I like them, but they still got a lot of pieces to pull together, so I'm going with the Packers. Marcus?
Oh, I don't know how that order going. I'm bad, but
we're just gonna go by how we are on the screen.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So I'm going with the Packers too. I think the Lions should have won last week. So I think Aaron Rodgers, like you said, on a mission. He coming out hard. So I'm gonna go with them. So
agreed. I'm going with the Packers as well. They actually look really good against the Minnesota Vikings last week. Aaron Rodgers looked really good, and he was definitely spreading that ball around. Devontae Adams got the ball quite a bit, but he's finding his other receivers finally. So if he continues to do that with Aaron Jones running the way he's been running over the last season and last week, I think they'll win this one pretty easy. But what I did like too on the Lions is I like that Swift got the ball a little bit. He got into the end zone last week, so they need to keep feeding him the ball, man. He looked pretty good.
Should have made that catch at the end, though. He could have won the game.
True.
Myra, who you got?
You're on mute.
You can't hear him. What had happened was.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got it.
Wow, that was weird. Okay, so as I was saying, I agree with all of you all. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Packers on this one. All Packers fans are beyond ecstatic that they do have Aaron Rodgers back, and with good reason. If you have a good quarterback there, especially against Detroit's defense, who has gone through quite a bit and is not as strong, just as we mentioned about our Cowboys. I think Aaron Rodgers will pick the defense apart, and I'm definitely calling the Packers on this one.
All right. I think we've got a clean sweep there. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Surprising 1-0 matchup. Marcus, who do you got?
Man, that's a tough one, man, because I was surprised the Jaguars came out last week and played so well with the receivers and everything. Minshew looked good, but I just got to go with the Titans. I think Henry going to get on a roll because last week he didn't play as well, but I think he's going to get his 180 yards this week coming up.
Right. He's due for one soon, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree with Marcus. I think Titans going to get this one. Jaguars, like you said, look better than I thought they were going to look, especially with all the pieces they've lost over this offseason. They look good, man. Minshew looked good, didn't turn the ball over at all. I think he had 3 touchdown passes as well. But I'm with you on this one. I think the Titans are going to go real run heavy, and Henry's going to get back on track.
I'm going to agree with you all on this one. I'm going to go with the Titans, and I'm going to go with the Titans just because of their offense. Their quarterback did well last week. Derrick Henry carried the ball, 31 times in last week's game. I was impressed with Jacksonville coming back last week, but I don't think they're any matchup against the Titans offense. So I'm going to go with the Titans on this one. Now, the Titans were not impressive week 1 either. I thought that first Monday night game was kind of a bust. But on this one, I'm going to agree with you all and say the Titans. I don't think we're going to be rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars to come out with a bunch of wins this season. I kind of see them in a rebuilding phase. So calling the Titans here.
I'm going to go with the Titans as well. That's another clean sweep. But Eric in the comments, guys, he has the Jags with an upset. So.
Hey, can't argue. That's a divisional game too. So
right,
it is.
That's a tough one. All right, let's keep it moving now to the Minnesota Vikings at the Indianapolis Colts. And Strizzy, you want to start us off?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm going with the Vikings. I think they had a tough, division game last week against the Packers, but I think they kind of bounced back this week and kind of get another one, and Colts go down 0-2.
I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm going to agree with you because the Colts lost last week to the Jags. How did that happen? That was beyond interesting. I think the Colts need to pull that together on the offensive side. I'm definitely calling the Vikings. The Vikings defense is still a little suspect, and that's what worries me in this game. But overall, we saw them rolling last week, so I'm going to call the Vikings.
I'm going with the Vikings as well. I just feel like they got to get right in this game and get back on track with a win and do it quick. And the Jaguars moved the ball on the Colts defense surprisingly easily. So I think the Vikings will be okay with Cook heavy run attack.
Yeah, I'm going to Vikings too. I think Dalvin Cook got to get his money's worth. He got paid, so you got to come on with it, dude. So I say he get a big game, so I'm going with the Vikings too.
Yeah, and he had a good game last week too, which is they for whatever reason stopped feeding them.
A lot of their offense was garbage though.
Yeah.
All right, next we have the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. Myra, what do you got?
I'm definitely going with Bills Mafia on this one. The Miami Dolphins are definitely going to go 0-2. This is not one of those highlight games that I really want to sit and watch, so I might pass on this one, but I'm definitely going to call the Bills. Their offense makes things happen. We know the Dolphins' defense is dismal, so calling Buffalo Bills on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills as well. I'm still keeping an eye on the Dolphins. That's like my low-key AFC team lately. I'd like them, but they got a lot of work to do, and I'm just waiting to see Tua. I'm ready for my first Tua sighting, but I do think the Bills got it.
I was going to crack jokes and say, are you like a Dan Marino fan? Because there's nothing exciting about the Miami Dolphins, but you did prove me wrong and say Tua, so okay, I understand.
And the coach. I like the way he carries himself for sure. So
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go with the Bills too. I think the Bills they're gonna beat them so bad this game. I think they're gonna put 2 in around fourth quarter. So I think the Bills for sure. We're gonna see 2 this week.
I'm with you on that. Actually, the Bills looked really good last week, man. Offensively, for once, you know what I mean. Like normally, we're always talking about their defense, but their offense looked great last week. They came out firing. Surprisingly, I don't know. Josh Allen looked really, really good.
Surprisingly,
yeah, he did do like offensive. He was throwing the ball downfield, dog. Like he killed it last week, man. So hats off to him. And then
he's a good quarterback, man.
Yeah,
I like him. I like him, man. I think Myra actually grabbed him from me on one of our leagues before I could get to him. I think, or somebody did, but yeah, they look really, really good. I think I'm with Marcus. I think this the Bills kind of run up the scoreboard a little bit. And we might see it Tua sighting fourth quarter or something like that this upcoming week. And if they lose again bad, we might see Tua starting the following week. So we'll see. I think Tua is closer than we think.
Yeah,
I hope so. All right, next we got the 49ers at the New York Jets. Myra, who you got?
No, it's on you.
Oh, it's on me?
I'm like, I go first. Did I go first last time? Yeah, Bills Dolphins. I went first.
My bad.
That's okay. I'm like,
okay, so 49ers Jets. I got the 49ers. They got to come back, bounce back. The Jets, their defense was their strength last year and kind of kept them somewhat relevant, but this year it's not coming together yet. San Francisco has no wide receivers, though. That is going to be a problem. And if George Kittle's injury is more serious than they're making it, this could be like a really stinker, like no offense game. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 49ers too, but they signed Mohamed Sanu, I think. Is that his first name? So yeah. I think he'll be good for him. I think he'll help him out a little bit. But Jets, they lost Le'Veon Bell. He's on IR right now, so they're in trouble. So yeah, it's gonna be an easy game, I think.
I agree with you guys. 49ers all the way. I think Mohamed Sanu is going to be huge for them. A nice veteran wide receiver presence for Jimmy G out there. But you're right, man. The Jets on offense are abysmal. They've been known for their defense. The defense has been horrible too. And with Le'Veon Bell, out for at least the next 4 weeks, it's not looking good for them, man.
Myra?
I'm going to agree with you all on this one. I'm calling the 49ers. The biggest thing for me for the Jets is watching how they played last week was absolutely awful. And the fact that this week they're missing Le'Veon Bell and Jamison Crowder, they have nobody to help them put points on the board. Sam Darnold cannot do it all by himself. So on this one, I'm definitely going to call the 49ers on this game.
All right. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams at the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm gonna go with the Rams. They look good last week against the Cowboys. So I think and the Eagles stay in trouble too. And I want them to lose anyway. So that's easy for me. Let's go Rams.
I feel you. Again, man, we're agreeing on a lot of these. I'm taking the Rams as well. Eagles, again, man, they just lose people so easily. I don't know what's going on with their squad, dog. The injury bugs just plaguing their team or whatever. So I'm taking the Rams as well.
I'm going to agree with you guys on this one. The Rams kind of seem like they've turned a corner because they have Malcolm Brown and Cam Akers. The Eagles, yeah, that's definitely one of those where my heart is. I want the Eagles to lose no matter what. So
is Jackson? Is he out? Is he out again? Or he not playing this year?
No, he's playing. He was on the field last week.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think he had one catch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think Carson Wentz is going to have better pass attempts this week than he did last week. But overall, I'm going to call the Rams on this one, and I'm going to go with Coach McVay.
All right. I'm going with the Rams as well. They did look pretty good last week, and their offense could have put up even more points than they did on us. The Eagles, that kind of collapsed against Washington, not exactly sure how that happened, but they do always have the injury bug, and I do want our division to lose as many games as possible, especially against like opponents. So go Rams. And then Eric, brother Eric says Philly. He's got the upset with the Eagles.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we got the Denver Broncos at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Takes on Triz.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'm taking the Steelers, man. I think. But it's crazy though. Broncos actually looked pretty good last week. You know what I'm saying, they got some things going on offense a little bit. Their defense is still going to be kind of, I think, their bread and butter. But I think the Steelers look to continue what they started on Monday night, and I think they roll.
For me, both of these teams are coming off of a short week. Both of these teams played on Monday, so a quick turnaround. Denver has to travel up to the Steelers. I think that's a big thing as well. I think the Steelers continue to roll on offense. I do not think the Broncos defense can hang in the ring for a 60-minute round. So definitely going to call the Steelers on this one.
Yeah, I'm going with you. I'm going with the Steelers as well. I think they're a really solid team. The defense is really good. The offense looked pretty decent last week. I am concerned about Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know if he's going to make it through the season just with how rickety and fragile he looks. But I'm going to go with the Steelers, and that is, one of my Super Bowl picks. We'll see.
Wait a minute. Let's finish that. The Steelers?
Oh, yeah. I picked the Cowboys to beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. I think we're going back to 95.
Oh, wow.
That was weeks ago.
Yeah, Marcus, we didn't get your too early to call it Super Bowl picks.
Yeah, we got to do it later on, but I don't know that's going to happen. But I'm going to go with Steelers. I don't think it's going to be even close, even though I like my boy Locke, the quarterback. He's my dude right there, man. But I think the defense is going to carry the Steelers this year. They look real, real good. So I think for sure Steelers.
Yep. And we got one from the chat too, Steelers as well. Yep. All right, Myra, bring us to this one. The Panthers at the Buccaneers.
I'm definitely going to go with my man Tom Brady and the Buccaneers on this one. I think after going 0-1 week one, after all the hype at Tampa Bay, Tom Brady is going to come out and be Tom Brady. He definitely needs to connect with wide receiver Mike Evans, find him in the end zone a couple of times. And overall, I think the Panthers defense absolutely sucks. So I'm going to call out the Buccaneers on this.
Golly.
Ouch! Y'all defense sucks. All right.
I'm not even mad. You're right.
It really does.
Yeah, we gonna struggle this year a little bit.
No denial.
Both our teams, but no, I do. I'm gonna have to go with the Buccaneers at home on this one. The Panthers, they did get shredded up a little bit by the Raiders. And they're still trying to figure out exactly what their identity on offense is going to be. But I do think it's going to be a close game. But Bruce Arians and the Bucs, if they go 0-2, they're going to start sinking that ship quick. People going to be jumping off left and right.
I'm gonna go with the Bucs too, but I think it's gonna be real close. I think it went by a field goal or touchdown because it's a divisional game, and then I think the Panthers take advantage of this because I don't think they sinking yet with the Buccaneers yet, so take advantage of this early matchup. But it's gonna be real close. But I just gotta go with the Buccaneers that have a better team.
Yeah, I actually agree with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the Panthers, but I hope the Panthers win. But I think the Buccaneers actually get this W. I think the Buccaneers defense is a little bit more solid than ours is at the moment. We didn't show me anything really last week on defense. We didn't get to the quarterback at all, and you already know to beat Tom Brady, you got to get to him, and if you can't get to him, it's a wrap. But you know what I mean? The running game for the Bucs is not the same as the running game for the Raiders. So if we can find some way to stop the run, we can stay in this game. But I don't think it's going to be anything crazy because it is a divisional game. But I do think the Bucs are going to, start off 1-1. We'll be down 0-2.
All right. Eric's got faith in your boys. He says Panthers and McCaffrey's going to go nuts.
In order for us to win, we have to.
I think either way, he have a great game. I think
exactly. I agree with you, Marcus. McCaffrey's going to show up day in, day out and get stats. If anything, if you are a McCaffrey fantasy league owner, you're going to score some points. But as a component of the team, it's not going to be enough.
I feel it. All right, moving into the afternoon games, the first of the afternoon games, we got the Washington football team at the Arizona Cardinals.
It's on. Hey, Doug.
I can never keep track of all of a sudden. This is going to be a tough game, but I'm actually going with the hometown squad, the Arizona Cardinals. That offense got clicking, and they were definitely proving a point going to Hopkins over and over, which is kind of scary if they can do that, considering all the other weapons they have too. And they also outran the Niners, which is interesting because they want the rushing attack to be good, but that's not really what they're about. So I think that they'll have enough to do it. I was happy for Washington getting that Week 1 W, but it's a long road trip out to Arizona. I think they drop this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals too. I might be leaning more and more with the Cardinals, man. I don't know. So you see this season because I have one of my friends plays for them now, so I think we're gonna be leaning with them. But I think if the rookie look really good with the Washington football team though, so Kyler Murray got to kind of stay inside a little bit. So watch out for that guy because he'll destroy you. So
that was real. Their pass rush did look nasty.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, and we already know it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be the thing. I think Kyler Murray's gonna do a lot of running around in this game, but I'm with you guys. I think the Cardinals get this W. But I think Kyler Murray is gonna do a lot of running. I see him with like 60+ rushing yards in this game. Like
no, I don't think he want to do that.
Only because he's gonna be running so much. Like their pass rush is really nasty. So I think it's gonna be not out of his choice. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna because he don't have he's gonna have to. Like so I'm not running on him like Lamar Jackson be doing. More so like running for his life. Grabbing these 8-yard chunks to just be on the run all the time. But yeah, Cardinals offense definitely looked really spry last week. Happy for them. No, I'm saying like they're not exactly my favorite team, but I do root for them being in Arizona. So let's go 2-0.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you all on this one. I'm going to call the Cardinals. The pass rush did look crazy last week, but I don't think Clinsbury is going to let that happen to Kyler Murray in this game. I definitely think Kyler Murray connects with his big receivers. He's got Fitzgerald on one end, and he's got Nuke on the other end. Nuke looked phenomenal last week. I don't think there's anybody in the secondary for Washington that can stop Nuke. So I'm definitely going to go with the Cardinals on this one. I thought it was kind of funny, like looking at Washington's like initials. You know how like right next to their name, usually they have initials. So their initials now are WFT, which is hilarious to me. So I'm calling the Cardinals.
All right. Okay, our next game moving on is the Kansas City Chiefs at the San Diego Chargers.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. That's easy, and then to talk about. Let's move on.
1, 2, 3.
Agreed. Agreed. Sorry, Trev.
Like, is there even like a point spread on this one? Like, you cannot. Whatever. It's the Chiefs.
Sorry, Trevor, you watching this?
Yeah. We love you though, but All right, let's keep it moving then.
It be like that.
Sometimes,
Not going ahead. I do the same thing from next guy too.
Baltimore
exact thing.
Texans. Myra, you got a pick for this one? Or wait, no, who is it going to be on? I'm sorry, Strizzy. You got a pick.
Yeah. I'm surprised. The line's only 7 points. I think they're really. I think they're really giving it to Watson a little bit to kind of see if he can keep them in this game. But man, Ravens are my AFC team. Man, I love watching them play. Well before Lamar Jackson, I love watching this team play football. But they looked really good last week, man. And honestly, I don't even think they're really clicking that well. Like, as good as they looked last week against the Browns, I still think that they could be so much better. So, and with that being said, that's really scary. Texans look, man, that offensive line is still like Swiss cheese, bro. It's horrible. Yeah. It's so bad, dog. It's so bad. David Johnson actually looked pretty good, surprisingly, but still really, really bad. It's not going to be the same thing as the Ravens. So, Ravens, I think they murdered this one.
I think this is kind of like Marcus said. We can all agree on the Ravens with this one. The Texans, we know their offseason moves did not help them. The only hope they have in this game is David Johnson and establishing the run. But we know Baltimore's defense is ready to smash people all year long. Another thing, Baltimore's defense, like Strizzy said, against the Texans offense, that front seven is going to kill the Texans offensive line. So definitely, I see our boy running all day long. He's never going to have time to pass or throw. So I'm definitely calling the Ravens on this one. We know Lamar Jackson and his electric offense is going to happen. So Baltimore Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens as well. I think the Texans will probably rack up a few points here and there, but Watson, just don't get yourself hurt.
For real.
That's about all I got for that one. Marcus, you too?
Yeah, Ravens ain't nothing to talk about.
Ravens are his squad, so I think we know who he's going with. And then real quick before we move on, though, when you were talking about Myra, the initials for the Washington football team, Stephanie's calling them the
Yes, Stephanie, yes.
I like that. All right. Let's keep it moving. Now this is Sunday night football we're on now. Yeah, Sunday night football. It's a good matchup too. We got the Patriots at the Seahawks. Myra, go ahead and start us off.
So typically I would run with Russ and company on this one, but something about the way Bill Belichick strategizes for games is absolutely intriguing to me. A funny stat from last week, week 1, was that they had the slowest offensive pace out of the entire football league. I think that's going to continue this week, that slow offensive pace to throw other teams off, but strategically placed so Cam Newton and the offense executes efficiently. I think Cam Newton and Bill Belichick take another win in this one. I'm going to call the Patriots, and I think people will start taking Cam Newton and company a lot more serious after week 2.
I think those are some great points. Obviously, their offensive pace is slow because Cam always takes a knee for like 10 seconds after the play go. But no, I agree with you, though. They're going to scheme up and they're going to be in this game. But I'm actually going with the Seahawks, not necessarily because I don't believe in the Patriots. I think they're going to be really good this year. But the Seahawks, Russell Wilson's got that magic. And at home it'll help, I guess. It won't be the same because they don't have like their 12th man, but I feel like the Seahawks will get this done. They have a really good squad all around, so I'm going Seahawks.
I'm going Patriots on this one. I just think the Patriots gonna always have Seahawks in their pocket, so it's like that. I think Cam gonna have a good game, and that fan base won't be there either, so it helps out a lot. So I'm definitely going with Cam. So big game, Cam.
I feel you. Man, this is kind of tough for me. Like obviously I watched the Panthers games for God only knows how long. You know what I mean? And Cam versus Russell Wilson. Though these games are always so spectacular. Like these games are always like down to the wire. Usually comes down to a field goal, and it's just funny to see Cam in a different spot this year. But the Seahawks looked so good this last week, man. Russell Wilson looked phenomenal. Like he almost looked like Patrick Mahomes. Like it was like almost effortless, dude. Like he
Watch it.
He was throwing touchdowns left to right last week. I think he had like 4 of them. He was a beast, man, and they've got a lot more offensive weapons than they did last year. So that's saying a lot for them. You're right, though, Marcus. Patriots do kind of pick apart the Seahawks a lot, and I am thinking that the pace might help the Patriots. But I think the Seahawks get this one though at home. I think they win this one and go 2-0. Patriots go 1-1.
Brother
Eric. That's funny. We're actually 2-2 on this one. So as a panel, we're 50-50. I guess if we threw in the tiebreaker right there, Eric says Seahawks.
We got one more game, though. We got one more game.
All right. Yeah. Monday night. I think it's on me to introduce this one. Monday night, the New Orleans Saints at the Las Vegas Raiders in the Big Roomba, in the Death Star. This is a tough game for me. Honestly, I think the Raiders are going to get this done. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I feel like Gruden has a lot on the line here, and I feel like he's going to bring out all the tricks necessary to get this done. Also, I think I'm on record already. The Saints, they're a good team. They're still going to do their thing, but Drew Brees is done. That he can't throw like more than 15 yards down the field. So there's only so much Sean Payton can do to disguise that. And it's going to be exposed this year for sure. So I'm going with the Raiders.
Yeah, me too. I'm going with the Raiders because Michael Thomas is not playing this game. So that's a big weapon gone. So I think, like you said, Drew Brees is going down. So it's time to get the other guy in there, man. I can't think of the Swiss Army knife. What's his name again? Who?
Hill? Taysom Hill?
Yeah, I think it's time for him to start getting a little more snaps more this year and then go with him. But like you said, I think Drew Brees is going down. And I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I think Jacobs will have a good game against those guys.
I agree. Saints didn't look very good last week, man. Drew Brees didn't look very good. Running game didn't look very good. Like they just looked really bad all around. And like you said, Michael Thomas being out. I mean, like give a lot of props to Michael Thomas for what he did last year, but he literally is the only person who gets the ball on their team. Nobody else touches it. So I'm not trying to take anything away he did last year, but you got one person getting the rock, 85% of the snaps at the time. He gonna have some big numbers. And with him gone, that's tough. And like you said, A-Dub, Drew Brees has not been able to throw the ball down the field at all. Taysom Hill was already cited a couple snaps last week, which normally you start seeing him a little bit more down the season. So we're already seeing him at the beginning. Like that says a lot about what Drew Brees has left. And I'm with you on that. This might be Drew's last year. If it's not, it should be his last year. But I'm going Raiders, man.
Last year should have been his last year.
Facts. So I'm saying he kept the ball downfield, and that's what makes Michael Thomas so special on this team, because Michael Thomas will run,
But you
a game.
You can't figure about Kamara too. He got paid, so he might get a lot more time.
Yeah, he got paid, but he didn't do anything last week.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm actually going to throw a wrench in this one, and I'm going to call the Saints. I'm going to go against all of y'all. I'm going to call the Saints. The reason I'm going to call the Saints is because they're a well-balanced team on both sides of the ball. Well-balanced team on offense, well-balanced team on defense. I am acknowledging that they do not have Michael Thomas. That is a huge key component to their offense. But like Marcus said, and that was the point to me picking the Saints, is Kamara just got paid. This is his opportunity to shine. You don't have the ball going to Michael Thomas. This is the opportunity for you to make a name for yourself at this moment. This is one of like those next man up. Okay, the rock is not going to Michael Thomas. We know that's not happening. What is Kamara gonna do for the run game? I think the Raiders looked well last week, but I think their numbers are a little inflated because they played against the Panthers. So I'm not going to take that as a grain of salt. They did play the Panthers. I think the new stadium will bring a lot of people to Vegas. I think that's super cool. I still want a road trip to the stadium in Vegas.
Definitely.
But I'm going to call the Saints on this one.
For sure. So brother Eric is with you. He's got the Saints. He says Hill is nice. Stephanie Washington, though, she says go Vegas. She's from Vegas, and she got a little message too. They got to win their home opener. I may just drive by the new stadium during the game just to be a part of this big day for us Las Vegans.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Las Vegans?
Las Vegans. I don't know how to say it.
No,
but our friends from Girl Chat Sports, I know Mo from Girl Chat Sports, she actually took some pictures outside of the stadium last week on Sunday, even though they weren't there, but just to kind of see it and stuff, and it looks really cool.
Is it on the strip or is it behind it, or how?
It's like on the other side of the freeway, but it's close to the strip. So
okay,
when you see it, and like when they'll have some really good shots, I'm sure, of like the strip in the background. But it's really easy to get to from Rio, my second home. You know what I'm saying? So when I was there in March, I was there in March, and the stadium was almost done. But that's the last time I've seen it. I do want to go back and see it too. So
we definitely got to go up there.
Yeah.
How did we finish last week on our You Pick'em League? Like, I know mine was terrible. I think I went like 9-7, and I was 7th place. How did you?
I was 9-7 too. I was in 6th place. I don't know how I got in front of you, but.
No, I think we're like tied. I think I'm the same thing. I think I'm 7th place too.
I got behind y'all. I was 8-8. So, man, it was a rough week for sure.
Really was.
But again, especially with this, weird off season and stuff like that, not exactly knowing what to expect. But I think my radar's a little bit fixed. I think maybe 10-6 this week. That's what I'm hoping for. Sorry, real quick, Stephanie Washington, she said that Rio is still closed, and I know, Stephanie, I'm worried because I'm afraid that the Rio might not reopen. It might just close forever.
Was it that bad, or just
the Rona?
Oh,
well, and we talked about it before. It's not the nicest, but it's my spot. You know what I'm saying?
It's been around for a long while. You know what I'm saying? It's been around in it.
So.
And it's gonna be a long time before we get back on like Tuesday, so I have to kind of get you guys.
Let's shift gears a little bit. Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Them Clippers, like, what in the world?
Yeah, this was supposed to be a football show. We're not.
No, because it's not gonna be the same by Tuesday, so we gotta talk about it a little bit. Like, not because you a fan of them. It just like how they lost. Like, I was wrong. I was 100% sure they was going to win. So it was just like Kawhi and Paul George, they both can't have a bad game. They both play like the worst.
What did they combine for? Like 27 or 24
24
points?
And with Lou Williams, Lou Will was missing layups, huh?
Lou Will had 4 points on the box score.
It was like, and then I can't. You put some on them, but also the coaching. Like I don't know what Doc was doing because Zubac. I'm like, you gotta put Zoo in there. Like let him do something. Like the dude's on the bench the whole game pretty much. Like why was he not even playing him? I'm like, I don't know, man. It was just weird. I'm like, it was like 5 minutes left. I said they still got a shot. They can still get hot, hit a couple of threes, and get down by like 6 or 5 points and get back into it. But when Murray hit that fadeaway 3, I was like, oh my God, this is over.
Move to Seattle, dog. Get him out of LA. I'm 100. Yeah. Listen,
I agree.
My God.
Little brother stigma. They can't get past the second round.
Hear me out.
I'm going to out because I've seen it already. They do not deserve to play in the same arena.
They don't.
That's not what I'm saying. Think about it like this. Like it's like Ada just said. Like they got that big brother syndrome. Like you don't want to play behind your big brother forever. Like get out of there, make your own way. Like go back to Seattle. Like everyone keeps talking about Seattle needs a franchise back ever since OKC dipped out. Get them out of LA. Like they will never be like the LA team. It's just never gonna happen. Just get them out of there.
Well, they are talking about moving to Inglewood, though. They're going to move down near the Rams Stadium, so maybe that'll help get their own building.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Ballmer's got money, so he can spend money on the stadium. And buy the things.
He was so disappointed too. He was in the bubble, but he was looking like, why did I get these fools? Like Paul George could have kept him, or he was there.
Money for this.
Like you lost all those picks,
5 first-round picks, dog.
And then what do you do though? Do you just run it back and just say, "Well, we'll do better"?
Yeah, you have to because they're gonna make an excuse. Somebody it was because of the bubble. That's why. Even though that's not an excuse, they're gonna get exposed again next year because Paul. To me, I think Kawhi. Even though he had a bad game, he has the hardware. He has MVPs. Like he's great. But Paul George, this was the time he had to show like I can ball. I think his career is gonna be one of those like going down from now. He can't recover from this because he played bad, like hitting the side of the backboard, like
what? That was a mess.
I agree with you, Marcus, though wholeheartedly, and I think that's the reason why he didn't come to the Lakers when he had the chance to. That free agency. I feel like maybe he does not want that type of smoke and that type of pressure, or maybe he just
But the thing is, he went to LA with LeBron. LeBron will cover that up for you. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi not gonna do that. Kawhi he's like his style of play is like he is for himself pretty much. He's not gonna pass like that. But LeBron would get Paul George in right. Stuff. You know what I'm saying? He'll make him better. I think
mean the pressure though. The pressure of being in LA and being like, we're gonna be the ones to bring LA back.
There wouldn't have been no pressure on him with LeBron though. You know what I'm saying? LeBron would take all that heat. You know what I'm saying? So he would just have to play pretty much. It wouldn't be like right now because like I said, Kawhi and him, they would like you gotta do this.
No, I agree. And I even picked him for that reason. He's like, I want you to come over here and play defense and work.
Yeah. That's another thing that Stephen A said too. He said they could at least play defense. You had Murray get 40. Like if you play defense and he don't get 40, it's a good game because you got to be about 20. So it was like it would have been a closer game. You started from getting those 40 points, and they couldn't do that either. So it was like, dang, what happened?
I think. I'm just laughing. Like I saw this meme. It was like the picture where Paul George and Kawhi were like sitting next to each other, like basically reconciling about to lose or whatever. And Kawhi was like, "So who called you playoff P again or something like that?" I was rolling. I was dying. I was weak.
I told you all since the beginning of playoffs, like I am not a Paul George fan. Like I think he is soft for the amount of money that he gets paid. There is no excuse for you being basically the number 2 guy to not show up whatsoever. So I 100% agree with you, Marcus. If he's on a team with LeBron, he's not as exposed as he is on a team with Kawhi. It probably would have been a better fit for him to play with LeBron rather than play with the Clippers. At the Clippers, they're expecting him to work. They're expecting him to put up points. Several times in that game, he was on the wide open 3, and they shot the ball out to him, expecting him to execute, and it was horrible. That one off the back of the backboard.
That was just like depressing. Like, you're an NBA star.
I was like
it's way off.
You play NBA basketball. You've been taking this 3-point corner shot for about 12 years now. Like that.
If I did that, if I picked up the ball and did that, it wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, but Paul George wide open. But if Paul George,
y'all would even roast me. That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, of course. I'm like, why would you take that shot? You know what I'm saying?
And I can't lie, I love Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. They was torching. I love it. I normally don't like that kind of stuff with NBA players because yeah, brotherhood. But the way Pat Bell did the thing to him, so they had to get back, and it made them feel good. Even though they lost, they didn't care. Like I was like, that's supposed to win the whole thing, and they just like killed them, man. It was funny.
Oh, he said, "Look like a good shot to me." I was like, dang.
And then McCollum, the good one, he said, we was in the meeting. I heard I wanted to leave the bubble, but not like that. Like I want to be like that. I was like, God, he just killing him right now.
And then like Damian Lillard was like, I haven't booked my tickets to Cancun, but maybe I should extend the invite to Patrick Beverly.
Definitely.
These boys are just roasting them. But hey, that's one of those moments where you learn from. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot count your chickens before they hatch. Like this was their year. And to see them go out like that just goes to show what type of grind the Denver Nuggets put in. They came back from a 3-1 deficit, and with a team on paper in comparison to the Clippers team who seemed like no matchup, they ended up taking that game 7. I don't know if the Clippers took it upon themselves like, oh, we're up 3-1. Let's go ahead and like chill out, relax. We're going to take this. But that absolutely was an absolute disrespect to your opponent, and your ass is fishing for a reason.
No, I agree with you. And I think that Doc Rivers is getting the biggest pass in this whole thing. Like, he saved his one speech was for basically the racial injustice stuff, which I love that speech, but he put his heart all into that. He didn't have nothing left to tell his players. I'm sorry, but you can have a flat game and that may happen, and that's what happened in Game 7, but you shouldn't even have been there. And he made no adjustments. Like Marcus said, either he didn't put any other roster move, he wasn't taking timeouts. You let your team blow a double-digit lead 3 games in a row. That's
and it came out too that some of the players was kind of upset because they was tired. They didn't come out the game, and some people wanted to go in the game. So you look at it towards the end, they was doing timeout. Some players didn't go to the other.
Yeah,
they just said whatever. We lost. They knew they had lost. And I was like, man, like Reggie Jackson, he should have been playing. Like when Lou Will was playing that bad, Reggie Jackson, he needed to get in there, man. Like it was just like wow.
I said at the beginning of this series, that's one thing I did not like about Coach Doc Rivers' coaching style. The fact that when they're up by so many points, he lets them continue to play. For me, you need to call a timeout. You need to pull him to the side. You need to regroup. You need a pep talk. Like you said, A-Dub, like, okay, you gave all the speech there. No, like right now is the time that you need to be like, okay, guys, this is how we're adjusting. This is what we're doing. Like, let's keep our foot on the pedal. We got this much time on the clock. We're down by 8. That's 4 buckets. Like, listen, you got to coach these boys up. He let them play several times through a big lead and just let it happen. I'm like, what are you doing? And from the beginning, I said that, like, listen, I get it. He's a veteran coach. I get it. He has star power players, but this is Game 7. There is no other game to come back after this. You have to make a point. You have to take your stand now. And that was one of the things that came out after the game. There was reports that several players were fatigued in the fourth quarter. They were gassed. They were asking to come out the game, and they did not come out the game. I'm like, God damn, there's like a conspiracy in the bubble now. Like, they want the Lakers to win. Like, they just want to
But that Clippers, that Battle of LA would have been way more sellable to me.
100%.
I thought they were going to let the Clippers lose.
But honestly, I think the opposite, because Denver in there, like I said before last week, I said if Denver goes, Lakers for sure. I gotta take it back because I don't know. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a better series than we think it is gonna be. But the only bad thing about it, which I still put the Lakers to win, only reason because Jokic gotta be with AD, so he's not the type of player to do both sides of the ball. So maybe the coaching style don't put him on AD. Maybe put Grant, let AD do his thing, like kill him, because you don't want AD and LeBron to get going, So it's gonna be kind of hard with that. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't think LeBron gonna be on Murray either. You know, so I think one of those players gonna do their thing, but I think AD let him eat and stop everybody else. That's what I would do.
And one thing we definitely got to take out of the Clippers series is Murray has been on point, man. Like, the kid has had phenomenal games this entire playoff series. I don't know what touch of social justice he has on him, but every interview he does, he's like emotional about taking a stand for social justice, and I really think he's got it on his heart to win. I'm happy for the kid. The fact that he's a young kid, a young star, and making moves the way he's making is absolutely phenomenal. Middle of this season, Troy Daniels, who was a shooter for LA, got traded to the Denver Nuggets, so that's pretty interesting to see him back against his former team in the Western Conference Finals. So,
yeah, I like that too. We'll see if he gets some burn.
And we apologize, Truth. I forgot the game was coming on. So
the game. But Truthie knew.
No, we're good. We're good. It's just now starting. You know, we didn't do it in the fourth quarter. No, sound like Tuesday, so I'm all right. But yeah, man. Honestly, with the different Nuggets, I think Lakers definitely win this game. But it's really interesting to see like after they go home after losing to the Lakers, what they're gonna do. I think Chris Paul has a lot of decisions to make, but I actually think he played really, really well there.
He's gone too. He out of there.
Oh no, for sure. He
was talking like, I love the fans. They did great this year. Giving me a shot to play here, but he's gone.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest weaknesses of the Denver Nuggets right now is that Jokic handles the ball too much at the top of the key. If they can get another point guard in there and allow Jamal Murray to play off the ball, which he is so good at. Like, he's one of the best off the ball players, period, hands down. Which is why it works for them, because he can play so well off the ball. But if they can get a player like Chris Paul to come in there and like really orchestrate that offense and let Jokic go do his thing down low, come up top when he needs to, and allow Jamal Murray to just beat Jamal Murray, I think that'd be really, really big for them. So we'll see. We'll see.
One person though we haven't mentioned yet, and I think will be big for the Nuggets is MJP, Michael Porter.
Yeah.
He might unleash in this series, and we'll see what happens because he's that unique type.
Not yet. He ain't gonna unleash yet, but next year, oh my God,
he's coming for sure. But I see him being like what the Lakers want Kuzma to be, but I think he's gonna be like that third guy for them in this series. We'll see how.
I didn't realize how tall he was. I know he was 6'11". Yeah. I didn't know that because they showed a rebound. He took a rebound, and the way I'm like, he's tall.
Yeah, he's
big. 6'2". Until I finally saw his stats, I always thought he was like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, he's like 6.
I'm like, what?
He's a 6'11" small forward, a wing guy. That's tough, man.
Right. Yeah. So I'm interested to see how he plays in this series for sure. But I think that the Lakers should do it.
You got LeBron. I think LeBron lives for this. God, honestly, I think the pressure is kind of gone too, because I think even though it's the Clippers, LeBron would have pressure to win this series too. It'll be a little tough, but I think now that pressure is gone, he's gonna watch. He's gonna be so free out there, and I think he's gonna dominate. I think he's gonna be MVP.
Just don't lose the first game.
You have to. You have. Don't mess it up. Lose that first game. Get out the way.
What about next? What about if they make it to the finals? You want them to lose the first round?
Yeah, because keep it going. Like you win 4 straight.
If it works this time, then maybe we'll do it in the finals. But I don't know.
You got to lose this game. You got to. You know what I'm saying? Make the excuse. They high. We ain't played in the ball. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it together. He's gonna be more excited to like, oh, here come the Nuggets, y'all, all that. And then you have a mistake, man. It's all about Hollywood right now.
No, I feel you. One other thing about the Nuggets too, though, is they went down 3-1 in both of these series so far. So it seems like they play the best when they have a flight booked for them.
But Jokic and Murray together, they haven't played a series that they can go to Game 7. That's
crazy.
Like last year too, they did. So they haven't played a series yet.
That's exactly why I didn't want to hear nothing about how the Clippers players were tired. I'm like, yo, these dudes just came out of back-to-back Game 7s. Like,
come on,
I'm not hearing none of that shit. Like, and two of those games, y'all up 3-1. Like, I ain't trying to hear, man. Like,
yeah, that's the 3-1 thing. That is it though. 3-1, you got to win one of those games, and you up every game. You were up every game.
So I do think that's part of it. That the Clippers were feeling like we were like. Oh, well, they're going to Game 5, but they're going to Game 6, but they ain't gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's gonna be Game 7, but they'll win it. Like we just always assumed, and I feel like they felt the same way. Like just like we'll figure it out, but they never did.
It has to be like a stat record, like you're up 3-1 and you're up every game by double digits and you succumb to a team 3-1.
But that's what the Clippers are best at. They lose like every time.
This is Doc's third time it happened to him too. I just found out today.
Yeah,
he did it 3 times, 3-1 lead, and he loses it. I'm like, man. But do they keep the team together? Do everybody come back?
Well, how we talked about, I think not some of those other veteran pieces like Jackson and like Morris and stuff like that they added.
No, but I'm saying, do you keep Lou Will? Do you keep Trez and all those? I think.
Oh, Trez is out. Trez is about to make money.
That's what I thought.
He might even go across the hallway and come to the Lakers.
That's why I was thinking. I think he's out there. But honestly, Trez should go to Brooklyn.
He's going to have some nice options, I do feel, and he's going to have a nice paycheck waiting for him. And that 6th Man of the Year trophy looks even better with it. So I think he's going to cash out.
Another thing is his agency is Clutch Sports. That's who LeBron is signed with. That's
he's with them?
He's back with Clutch Sports.
So he's going to be a Laker next year then.
So definitely, I do foresee him teaming up with some of his brothers from the agency. So we shall see. By
the way, Lonzo Ball just joined Clutch Agency last week too. He switched again. So he joined up too. So that's what's up. He's taking his stuff into his own hands again. So we'll see how that goes.
And advice was horrible. So that's.
But for the record, I'm putting on wax now. The NBA season next year is gonna be so dope next year because everybody, knock on wood, is coming back. It's gonna be nice, man.
Yeah, a lot of players are back. I think Boogie Cousins will be back. Recently, John Wall will be back. Like, there's a lot of people who are gonna be back.
Clay, Kyrie, KD, all of them, they ain't played. So it's I'm so. I said that yesterday. I miss KD for some. I'm not a big fan, but I just miss seeing him.
I know you love KD.
I don't love him, but I just think he's the best player in the league. I just think that he's the best. I just can't wait to see him out there again, like killing it. Sniper is gonna be back, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
There are certain players that just have to be there. You know what I'm saying? And
makes it different.
It would be like LeBron missing an entire season.
Right.
Like an NBA season without him is just kind of
like 3 seasons though, because he got hurt in the finals at one time. But then they started the NBA season, they stopped it and started again. And like you know, what I'm saying, we don't see him at all. So it feels like it's been 3 years he ain't played. So it just I can't wait, man. I think he gonna come back with a vengeance too. Like everybody know, Kawhi better than me. Okay, all right.
I think it'll be great, man. I can't. You're right though. This next year is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be wide open, and a lot of these youngsters too that have gotten some shine in the bubble. We'll see how that translates to next year too. So
another. NBA released when the draft will be. So the draft has officially been stamped for November 18th, 2020.
Right after the PlayStation 5 comes out.
Definitely. So
what comes out?
PlayStation 5, November 12th. Get ready.
Does the Xbox come out before then? Because Xbox you could pre-order, I think this month, right?
They just announced the Xbox. What's the date?
I think it's 28th. Is it this? I thought 28th. They said something about pre-order or something like that coming out soon, but it's going to be really close to PlayStation.
So PS5, you pre-order this month too?
Yeah.
Huh?
And they weren't even supposed
to out. The pre-order's already sold out. So Sony said you can. They made the announcement yesterday. They said you can start pre-ordering tomorrow. Well, last night, like I got an email from Best Buy at like 10 o'clock, like pre-order now. So I was trying to pre-order my PS5 on there, but like their system was like crashed. I couldn't get it out the cart. Like I couldn't make the payment.
Yeah.
Come on over to Xbox. Xbox, we have plenty.
I guess somebody messed up at Walmart. I guess somebody accidentally released it at Walmart too early. So what happened was because Walmart accidentally messed up and released it early, everybody else started that Sony basically released it. Exactly. Yeah. So they were like, all right, well, Walmart
I was trying to
popping.
Right. But see, the thing is, I was on Walmart's site and I was like, this doesn't seem right because the press release says tomorrow. And it was like, I was like, do I get this delivered or do I pick it up? And it was like kind of weird. It was looking weird. And then I couldn't get the checkout. What's that?
You had no luck with it?
No, I struck out. And then finally, like last night, like around like 1:30, like I finally gave up. I was like, all right, I'll see what's happening in the morning because this site, like none of the sites could work. And then when I came back this morning, everything was gone. So
I expected that they wanted a PS5. They're like, no, we're good. I'm like,
I'll wait a little bit. It's cool, but
can't. I gotta get it. I'm gonna be. I think it's 28. The Xbox pre-order. I'm on top of that. I gotta have it because I have the original when it first came out, like the first Xbox One. I still have the same thing. I had the same control and all that. So I have to go. It's time. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'm hoping that some more pre-orders come out or something like that because that was a calamity last night.
Before we go, I think Eric had one question. He just asked.
Thoughts about college football coming back in the fall. So, yeah, this is something that we didn't talk about. We'll have to expand on it more on Tuesday. But the Big Ten actually did announce that they are going to come back and they're going to start in October. So the weird part about it is going to be how their season shapes up and if it's done in time for the playoff voting. But it looks like Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, they're getting back in the mix. And the Pac-12 has still not made any announcement. When the Big 12 canceled, Pac-12 followed them. Now that the Big Ten is coming back, I don't think they're come back though. So we'll see.
I'm gonna try to work my magic and get a college coach on our show. So.
Dope! That would be dope.
Just gotta do
work that magic.
Yeah, wave the wand or whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of scared. I had a notification before we got on today that someone got the COVID-19 at the Kansas City Chiefs game. So I'm like, oh man, like
they might have to run it back, scale it back again.
I think the no fans gonna go to the beginning of the year or something. Like it's gonna go back to like maybe in the middle of the season now instead of, you know what I'm saying?
How did they like pinpoint it?
That's what I said. But they said it's for sure that
contracted it out.
But they said it's some kind of way. They said it was for sure he got it at the game. I'm like, man, like
with that contact tracing, that's my same question though. It's like, how do you really know? You know,
because I can tell you, like from my family's experience, like where the heck did they get it from? Like you just
have a mask on at the game too. So like, let's see, he have a mask.
Well, that's the scary part that Myra always likes to bring up that we don't really bring up. Is the fact that the mask is still just mitigating the risk. Like it's still not eliminating the threat. So
okay. So I'm hoping they don't mess things up for us to go on the game. I really want to go to the game this year, man. I really do. So I want to go to a couple games. So hopefully they don't.
We cannot make it to a game. We will rent a crane and be on the outside.
Hey, I got the hookup with those two. So if it happens, we're gonna be on the news some kind of way. So
right.
Get up.
All right, man. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. One thing I want to do one more thing for a final say per se before we wrap it up, but I do want to say shout out to everybody watching, everybody checking in on us. We appreciate you guys rocking with us for this pick show. And of course, I was planning on too, Marcus. I'm glad you brought that up because I was like, while we're together, we got to talk a little basketball. So, but one last thing I do want to do is I want to show you guys this. It's kind of hard to see, but this is a mug that my friend Grace made for me. She put our Say Like a Champ logo on there. She put my initials on there because she knows I love initials. So we got the Say Like a Champ mug with that new logo, and then also one more thing, this shadow box, which is gonna be hard with the reflection, but
you can see that's dope.
Yeah, you can see it's so cold.
Yeah. Man. So I'm gonna figure out what to put behind here, but we're working on that. But I did want to give a special shout out to Grace for putting that together. That's dope. That was really nice. She just did that. She got the Cricut and she's like, let me mess around. So she did that. Surprised me with that.
Who did you have somebody create that thing? Who's somebody do that, right?
Yes. Yes, her name is Deidre Lee. Oh, I don't know if I should say her name like that, but I'll get her Instagram stuff and we'll do that on Tuesday for the final say. But yeah, she did make us this nice new Kansas City Royals inspired Say Like a Champ logo. So yeah, we'll shout out her for that.
So are we making Thursday pick'em nights?
I'm kind of thinking that we'll do a little Slack chat. We'll meet and coordinate offline, but I'm thinking we'll figure out a good time that works with our schedule, so we'll make this like a recurring thing. I think so.
I think Thursday night pick'ems is dope. So yeah, let's make it happen.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right then, but I guess that'll be it. Like I said, get those picks in on Yahoo. There's still time, and we'll see how we did this time.
What time is the game come on tonight?
It comes on at 5:20. So the Browns, yeah. So we're not too far away, about 40 minutes from kickoff.
Okay, I couldn't find it, so okay, perfect. So we good.
All right then. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in Week 2 Pick'em Show. I am A-Dub.
What's up, guys?
It's your girl Myra May.
I don't know.
What are you gonna say?
I know. What are you gonna say?
All right, man. I don't know. Goodbye. All right. Yeah, next week we'll do better. We gotta do better next week.
Peace.